Hey, it's Riaz, founder of the Every Conversation Counts platform and 17-year television broadcaster. This is the channel that helps you make deeper connections, ask the questions that create breakthrough moments, and become a captivating storyteller on every stage. To get the heads up when a new video drops every Tuesday, subscribe to this channel and hit the bell so you can be the first to see the latest content. Life in isolation has created one of the most fascinating social experiments of our lifetime. That being, what happens when we replace face-to-face contact with video conferencing? Well, at first, the convenience and efficiency of virtual meetings made us all feel uber productive. Then, after time, it became clear there was a big emotional void. Our video apps are missing the social cues we're all accustomed to: touch, gestures, postures, glances. And let's be honest, sometimes on those Zoom calls, it can feel like you're looking into a mirror the entire time. So what can you do to make things more intimate, more interactive when talking to the camera to help elevate your virtual speaking presence? Well, consider these 7 ideas. In the virtual setting, as soon as your camera is live, before you've said a word, your space is telling a story. We are all curious creatures. I mean, I'm looking at your bookshelf, I'm looking at the artwork, the photos on your wall, because I want to know more about you. We all have an insatiable appetite for information, and audiences are making assessments of who you are, how you live, what you're about before you have said a word. What story do you want your space to tell, and how can you share more information in the frame? You know, I've talked about the importance of starting with story right here on this channel to help capture your audience's attention. So think about the popularity of social media accounts and vehicles like Bookcase Credibility and Room Rater. Viewers are getting a glimpse of your life behind the scenes. For instance, if it's a parenting meeting, maybe you have some kids' artwork in the back or toys in the background. Makes you more relatable. In a business meeting, maybe you have your place clean and organized. You want to showcase some professionalism. And here, I just wanted to create a warm and inviting atmosphere where we would feel like we were hanging out in my living room and I could share some ideas in a comfortable setting. You want to make your space interesting, but not distracting. And I know what you're thinking. What about those virtual backgrounds? Well, in this two-dimensional screen experience, it's already blocking the normal social cues of seeing someone breathe, nod their head, move their eyes. So consider bringing them into a real space so they can authentically connect with you as a person versus struggling to relate to you in a potentially alienating background. To be more interesting on camera, you want to bring life and real presence into your delivery. How? We'll start with interacting with your scene using props. Something as simple as a coffee mug. I could bring this colorful mug into the shot, and if someone's been to Spain and La Sagrada Familia, they might recognize this mosaic thinking, oh, Riaz has been there. An instant point of connection. You know, on this channel, there's a video about what it takes to be a good listener. The simple exercise: taking out a piece of paper, get a pen, get some notes. You could do this in the video. This is what you would do in a face-to-face meeting. Maybe it's using a flip chart, cue cards, any way that adds real elements that create a visual appeal for your audience will help establish a connection through the screen. Number 3, this point is almost counterintuitive. Look directly at the camera and not at your audience, okay? I know how easy it is to get distracted looking at all those people in the boxes on your screen, but this right here is connection. And while you're maintaining that eye contact, pretend like you're speaking to a room full of people. You want to amplify your energy, your gestures, and your emotions so the audience can feel it through the lens. And when you make your point, pause. Let them digest it. And forget about the immediate feedback you're used to from a live audience, because virtually, you won't get it. Embrace the silence. It's normal here in this format. Just focusing on the camera with your eye contact is such an important point to create a sense of intimacy. To help you, turn off the self-view. It will help you forget about the fact you are on camera and focus on looking directly into the lens. Now, if you're presenting using notes, go with bullet points and keep your current talking point at the top of the screen right underneath your camera or webcam, because that will allow you to make it feel like a conversation versus just reading notes out loud or seeing your eye line pulled to the side and disconnect with your audience when you're reading notes. And finally, watch your playback. Get the playback link from your organizer so you can analyze your eye contact and the energy you're putting out for the audience, and that visual feedback will make a huge difference. Number 4, we all became broadcasters when video conferencing took over during isolation. The key difference, though, between our remote presence versus in-person presence is how we describe what's happening. For example, you may have heard of the traditional speaking formula. If you're setting up a workshop or speech, tell them what you're going to tell them, then tell them, and then tell them what you told them. In the virtual space, giving the audience that type of play-by-play and drawing out the thought map really makes it easier for people to follow along. Now you think about audience questions. Keep the play-by-play going here. When you look at that chat box, don't just read the question, recognize the person. Who asked the question? Where are they from? Pause and reflect upon the question, and then answer it with enthusiasm and appreciation. These simple nuances make the virtual interaction more engaging. Describe what you're doing. Are you reading the chat box? Are you taking notes yourself? Maybe you're on your screen, on your computer, looking up a specific piece of research, given a question that was just asked. Bring the audience into your experience. Number 5, attention spans are so much shorter in the virtual setting because of all of the distractions in front of us. Maybe it's our computers, our apps, our phone, our family. Now, if you're scheduled to speak on video conference for longer than 10 minutes, it is vital to switch things up consistently. Media theorist and author of the book Team Human, Douglas Rushkoff, recently shared some great insight as to what happens when you're in a live audience. As you sit there, your eyes are following a speaker across the stage. Now, we don't have that luxury in a virtual meeting. As the viewer, you're locked in a fixed gaze looking at the screen where it's easy to lose focus over a significant period of time as we almost fall into a dormant state. So if you're speaking, speak for 7 to 10 minutes, switch it up. Take an audience poll, read some audience feedback in the chat, and share their thoughts. Then speak for another 7 to 10 minutes. Switch it up. The Q&A is a really powerful exercise to make the presentation feel like a conversation. Plan some questions with the host or MC that are real and create a sense of urgency as to what's happening right now. And then once you get rolling, start including those audience questions. You know, I recently co-hosted an awards nomination event online for the BC tech sector. And instead of racing through all of the nominees, after a couple of categories, we would pause. I would ask the CEO I was co-hosting with a couple of questions to reference the time we're living in right now, what the culture's been like, how have people responded, and she provided insightful context into what people and companies have been going through, and that commentary really helped to humanize the experience. Now, Zoom breakout rooms are another common tool that people use. You send people off with a task, maybe a question, they chat for 10 minutes, and then have them report back. Don't just have them do the exercise, have them report back, because it is so important to have your voice from your audience feel heard. Number 6, this builds upon the role of having a host or MC. If you're speaking, have your host set you up not just with your basic bio points, but with a story or experience that humanizes who you are and what makes your accomplishments unique. This can help move your audience emotionally and have them connect with you before you've even said a word. Final point, embrace the unpredictability. The thrill of doing live TV over the years has been the rush of presenting something important while knowing full well things could go sideways at any time. How do you get over this? Embrace the unexpected and just be where you are. Maybe it's a siren outside. Maybe your child runs in and wants your attention, or the cat makes a cameo and Zoom bombs your presentation. Roll with the punches. Nobody's expecting perfection with the format, but they will appreciate you owning those unscripted moments. Consider this. The chaos may feel awkward for you, yet can be a very powerful vehicle to create authentic human connection through the camera. There you go. Hopefully those 7 tips were helpful. Now break it down for me. What has helped you to appear more confident and connect on camera in virtual meetings? Hit me up with your thoughts in the comments section below. For more ideas on building human connection, you can download the free guide, The 5 Secrets to Making Every Conversation Count. The link for that guide is in the description box below. Thanks for watching this video. For more ideas on how to calm your nerves when speaking and tips on becoming a better listener, check out these videos. If you like this one, hit the like button, subscribe to this channel, and feel free to share the content. We'll see you in the next video.